Is it
Tony. Hi, people. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm happy.
Why are you wearing my favorite color?
I know now. That's why I want to enter your eye now. That's why I'm wearing
Really?
it for you.
Is it necessary?
It's necessary. I have to do that. You know?
I still don't understand why you love that color, though.
Like to think a man loves
Is it your concern?
I did not say.
Our colors.
I just said I don't understand.
She just wants to know
Our guy is
the
restricted.
secret
Our guy is restricted to some particular colors.
No, they're not, but just that we just know
There are
that
just some
pink
colors
is
that are really feminine.
As far as I'm concerned, pink is my favorite color. Please, for my viewers, please.
Anyway, we are sorry.
We have a
Okay,
guy who
guys,
loves pink
welcome
in the
to
house.
the radio
Yes, so,
show.
yeah.
How are y'all doing?
We are fine. I'm fine.
Welcome,
I'm cute.
anyways. Prudence, how
I'm
are
fine.
you?
I'm cute.
I want to see that smile. Smile for me.
You lose person for us.
Welcome everyone out there. It's the radio show live on Echo Television International, and today we'll be talking about something that is bothering us, something that has been out there and a lot of people have been having issues with, and I don't know if you have any issue about it or you've experienced any of this, but then we'll be talking about physical and sexual abuse.
This is a topic that I actually didn't want to be on set to talk about.
I'm sorry, but you're here, so I'll start with you, sir.
Please don't start with me.
I'm just hoping that I'm not going to be angry at the end of this.
I think I'm going to be angry too, but then it's for someone out there to know that there's actually a solution to every problem. So, Tony, do you have an experience
Of
physical
abuse
abuse or sexual abuse? Have you ever done it to someone, like physically, like physical abuse?
I'm not violent.
Okay.
Yes. No, honestly, no.
Don't doubt him.
No, I am being serious.
Okay.
To be honest with you guys, I am not violent. In fact, I find it very difficult to even lay my hands on someone.
Wow.
Like angrily, like if I'm angry and then I want to exhibit my anger, I find it extremely difficult to do that because one, I don't even know where to beat someone or touch someone that will even pain the person.
Wow.
Honestly speaking, so
have you ever caught a thief before?
Caught a thief?
Yes. Maybe they're beating.
Yes, but I can't join the person. I can't join them beating the thief.
Okay.
Like it get as what they do me for body. I just
I
can't.
have an issue with that too. But
Okay.
And I can't to worsen the whole thing. I can't be in the hospital and then probably someone being injured and then they trying to fix the person. I can't. Like I don't even know. I don't even know the way to qualify that.
Why
now understand why he likes pink color.
Ouch.
Really?
Don't see the reason behind it. Okay. Why physical abuse? Why sexual abuse? Like, I feel physical abuse, I think maybe that person does not even have feelings for anyone. Because if you have feelings for someone, or if you feel you love this person,
why would you
want to hurt that person?
Okay, so the thing for me is that a lot of people who are violent, who engage in I'm not going to talk about sexual abuse right now. We just talk on the physical abuse. Is a form of way for them to show authority over somebody. For some people, it's just a way to vent anger.
Yes.
Like they just feel calm anytime they've
done that.
They've beaten somebody to the stupor or something. They just feel calm. It just relaxes them. For some people, that's what they think. But I'm not saying that it's permissible. I'm just saying that those are some reasons that people have decided to engage in things like that, and it's a nasty habit. Truth be told,
True.
It's a nasty habit to have emulated. How do you feel okay that somebody is hurt because of you?
Yeah.
How do you feel at peace when somebody is pained because of you? See, I just remembered an instance while I was in school. We had this radio program going, so we were having a discussion with a group of our classmates, and so we were like, suggest topics that we would discuss, and this guy was like, or rather, myself and a friend of mine were like, oh, let's talk about abuse, like physical abuse, like a guy beating up his girlfriend, or like a girl beating up her boyfriend, because that also happens, or like somebody just intentionally causing injury on another person. And this girl's like, whose relationship is that people are talking about? Is it yours? I'm like, no, chill, guy. No, I'm not talking about me. that's the reaction people will have
Sure.
when they hear that you're in an abusive relationship. And most especially for we youths, if you find yourself in a situation like that, I don't understand why you keep on staying, but I partially understand, because anybody who is in a relationship with somebody who abuses him physically, somebody who like beats you to stupor, or somebody who intentionally causes you harm because he wants you to get a lesson, which doesn't make a lot of sense for me, I am of the opinion that that person also plays with your mind as well.
Of course.
It's like anytime I'm beating you, like nobody will love you the way I do.
I do.
We're talking about emotional abuse in the previous episode, and I feel like the whole sexual abuse, physical abuse, whatever form of abuse, it just also goes hand in hand with emotional and mental abuse. Because these things leave scars. Yes, they leave scars to for you down the road. You still remember, and it's painful. But the truth of the matter is that a lot of people are engaging in this physical abuses in ways that you do not imagine. Be physical slaps for no reason, or like because I'm just angry, I just turn and slap somebody. And interestingly, it also happens in our homes as well. I've heard of a story of, I think I'm rambling a lot, but I heard of a story of this little girl who apparently, I think she was 5 or so. So I think she was 5. She stole meat from a pot, and the mom burnt her hand.
Oops.
So that you would not steal ever again.
And you always remember that this is what you did, and it will prevent you from doing that.
Exactly. But then the thing that the mother did not take note of is that this child would probably hate her mom for life, because that scar remained her constantly, that this is what my mom did to me. So these are some things that we parents end up doing. Discipline, important. You can discipline your child, but please be conscious of how you discipline your child. Sometimes when you're inflicting injury on them, it's abuse, not
training. You feel like it's training. It's not training. I'll tell you a story about this little girl. I think she's just 5 or 6 or probably 4. That it was more like she's always urinating on the bed. So like the mom wanted to teach her a lesson. So like parents out there, normally you telling your child that you're going to put pepper in his private parts because it's totally wrong.
Extremely wrong. Please.
Like that's should I even call that an abuse? Like that's you being violent. That's you not even loving your child. Because first time I said, if you have feelings for this person, if you love this person, then you can't hurt this person. Like when you see this person being hurt, how would you feel deep inside of you? How would you say because your daughter is always urinating on the bed and then you just decided to put pepper in her private parts? Like, and then the way the girl was crying and then you were like, okay, I hope you learn a lesson from this. No, like that's totally wrong. How does it feel like you as a mother and then you do that? I heard the husband came and then he has never touched her before, but because of what she did, he had to beat her. Now, I'm not trying to justify the reason why he did that, but then that's totally wrong. Because you're just trying to make it look like because you're the mother, then you should just do anything you want to do.
And you know, interestingly, that kind of situation is probably that the girl has health issues, because at the age of 5 still urinating on bed. There's sometimes it is a health issue.
True.
But she didn't even check.
In fact, even you as a mother, you're supposed to even help your child. You know when you scold somebody with love, right? Do you know how it feels like? Like, let me tell you, my niece and my nephew, anytime they do anything to their mom, right, she'll be like, I'm going to beat people, and then they'll be like, Mommy, we know you will not beat us. Do you get? Like, now she knows how to go with them. She's not going to beat them, but once she tells them that you're staying in the naughty corner, they know that they are done for the day. So then that is mostly what she does to them. And like, I just feel like sometimes there's a way you treat a child that he will love you more than what you expect. Because if you feel beating the child is actually the right thing, then you're wrong. It's not everything that will make you. It's not everything that you would do that you have to beat the child. It's not. Because sometimes you just try to tell yourself that show love to that person, scold that person with love, and the person will continuously respect and love you no matter what.
You know, earlier before the contemporary society that we are living in right now. Our parents used to think that the best way to discipline a child is for you to beat the child like mercilessly and all of that. And to my best of knowledge, I think that's the wrongest of mentality that was given us at that time, and for the fact that people were not really that educated to know the influence of how abusing that can inflict on your child is what has really affected, like that origin is what has affected so many people, and has led, as well leading them to be violent upon either their spouses, their wives, their children, and all of that. I think that infliction that has been there right from time is what is affecting them. And even if they are trying their best possible to escape from that thing, they find themselves going back there because of the fact that was the way they were also being brought up. But thank God for civilization to do that. Even in schools, beating up of children or students, all of that are prohibited, in the sense that they feel you are physically abusing the child, or you are trying to, you're not, like, they don't just see it to be the best way of disciplining a child, because of the fact of how inflicting pain can be on a child when he or she is being abused physically.
What about when you talk about abuse, physical abuse? If you find yourself in a physical relationship, a physical abuse,
as
a lady, yes. Prudence.
No, I know there are instances.
I don't like the fact that you're running away from me.
Like,
because the truth of the matter is both ways.
Both ways. Because you can be in a relationship that your girlfriend or your wife will be beating you. I've seen that a lot.
The common one.
I've seen that a lot. It's not just.
I'm not saying it's not.
We are not.
Doesn't exist.
What
I'm saying is, what I'm only saying is the common thing.
We are not talking about the common thing. We're talking about what is
invoke right now. Do you know that of recent I just read a story about a woman that was beating her husband. In fact, she beats her husband like almost every day. Once he goes to work and then he doesn't come back at the appropriate time, like he's ready to be whooped, like
father of the house. Do
you get? The thing is, if you find yourself in such a relationship, what should you do?
You leave now. For me, the best of advice is for you to leave, because
it's not easy. Somebody will tell you, I love him, he's paying the bills, he's doing everything. Okay, a marriage, what would you say?
When someone is physically
I'm staying
abused,
because of my kids.
Say for a relationship, and then probably the girl is physically abused by the boyfriend or the husband, and yet she's still being stuck into that relationship. That thing has eaten deep inside of her,
do you know?
and she can't do without being abused physically. I'm telling you. No, I can tell you. No. Let me tell you something. What would you say of those that are being beaten every now and then in their homes, and yet they can't leave the house?
Some
Why?
of them will tell you because of their kids.
Thank you very much.
Okay, for all of those that have not gotten kids yet, or probably you are still in a relationship with this guy, he's already slapping you and kicking you, all of that, and yet you are still in that relationship. What would you say?
That's where the
problem comes from.
It's because it has eaten deep inside of you.
Start the relationship.
It has affected you mentally.
And you start seeing all these changes. Run away, flee.
No, what our advice is, if a guy can threaten you, that will slap you, my sister, please start thinking of a possible of leaving that relationship. Because every time they see him slapping you. Honestly,
I think sometimes you're angry about this.
We lead to sexual abuse. Because whatever it is you do, you just want to do something that you derive joy in doing. Like, you don't have a problem with it. So far as you're going to see this person in pain is going to make you happy, you're good to go. Someone like me, I hate seeing people being sad, or maybe you have something is wrong with you. That's why I hate going to the hospital. Even when I'm sick, when I go to the hospital, I just want to make sure that I'm done. Like, if they let me just leave, because I hate to see people sick. There was a time I was in school, my sister was sick, my cousin, we schooled together. She was always with me. Anytime she's sick, I always feel like I should just be the one to be sick, that she should not be sick. Because I was always with her, and I love to see her lively. Once I'm with you, we should both be lively. That should not just be that is one person. So once I see her sick, I just feel like, God, please let me be sick. I think I can take it more than the way she can. Do you understand? So then it's always like, once you feel you love this person, or if you have feelings for this person, you won't want to see the person hurt. What joy do you derive in raping someone that is not even, maybe the person doesn't even want you? You forcefully do that.
Is it a question of want?
The thing is, okay,
Yourself
you're
what?
raping someone, you forcefully do that to someone because the person, of course, the person doesn't want it.
Yeah,
That is why-
and by extension, it's actually physical abuse as well.
It's physical abuse.
But funny enough, sexual abuse goes far than that.
Beyond rape.
Of course.
If we are to be real here, like I have once experienced that, and like I was uncomfortable for the whole. I had to travel from after school. I think I was just coming back home. Yes, we were on vacation from school, so I entered a Sharon
Vehicle.
Sharon vehicle from Abuja to Jos, and that, I tell you, people, was the worst journey I've ever been on.
What happened now? Jesus.
I hated that journey. This man was like literally groping me throughout the
Are
journey,
you for real?
and I was so
Sorry, the word
uncomfortable. I
group,
had
please.
no
The what group, please? Can you?
idea.
Yes, please. No, I'm saying it for the sake of our viewers.
Wow, you can explain it.
No, tell us. Like, it came out from your
Viewers.
mouth now, so tell
No,
us.
you said you're the one that said it's for the viewer, so you can just simply just
It is your
do
word,
us the
please.
favor.
Explain it.
please, can you allow me to
Prudence, please,
continue
can
my
you tell
story?
us the story, please? I think I'm eager to hear that.
So like this guy was literally groping me throughout the journey, and I felt so uncomfortable. I literally had to find a way to curve myself and like stay to myself
Are you
throughout the
serious?
journey.
Like you are quiet.
That's how
you
uncomfortable
even
I
that.
was. And as you know, the problem now is that you don't want to be
You're not
violent.
gentle enough to even
You don't
be
want
quiet.
to start shouting and
I
then
can't
causing
keep quiet.
journey.
Hey,
You
God.
keep quiet. Me, shout on him so you feel embarrassed.
Okay.
Yes.
Next time. No, next time. But in case you're in that kind of situation, please you can follow his advice. But me, at that point,
No,
I
but you
could
should
not do it.
actually seek
No, you
for
should have
help
even.
or ask
It's
someone.
not a matter of
something.
shout.
Just
You be
say
like,
So
something.
immediately we entered Just and people started dropping. I changed my seat.
Simple.
Like I
So
just
you
changed
didn't
my
say
seat.
anything to him.
So you stay for all those hours.
You didn't say
How much
anything.
What
did
did I
I
tell you?
What?
Stop it! Like, what's your problem?
Bros, how far now?
I just didn't say anything vocally, but I like actions should have told him.
No, sir.
I
Maybe
did
everybody
like
dey-
every
maybe
other form
everybody
of
dey listen
action
to
in
action.
his life.
No.
You should have voiced.
There are
You should have
times that
voiced
you need
it
to
out.
voice out. That's the truth. Because you know sometimes, yeah, when you're going,
You may even think you are enjoying
I've
it.
been in a physical relationship that I've been abused, like I think more than once or twice. I was keeping it to myself because I was like, why should I even tell anybody? Like maybe they'll even laugh at me or they'll tell me to leave the guy. And I was like, and I love this guy. Do you know what? I didn't tell anybody, but I borrowed myself sense.
Very good.
Because like I hate to be embarrassed. That's the truth. Like you can't embarrass me and then I'll just be quiet. No, I had to tell myself the truth. He did that the first time. I kept quiet, like I was mute. This was because we were just alone. Then this time around we were in front of a building, like people, like you know how you go to Terminus Market and then you see a lot of people like in the evening, everybody's rushing to go home and all of that, and then he hits me there. No, I had to give it back to him.
Of course,
No,
no.
I
Back
gave
to
it back
back.
to him. I told myself I had to borrow myself sense. When
You
I
can't
did
embarrass
that,
me in the
that was
public
the
and
end
go
of
scot-free.
it. Do you understand? Like sometimes you just don't need to show that, okay, you're the calm person. Yes, I can be calm when it comes to that, but men, no, you can't hit me and get away with it.
So
Because-
you just learn from my experience.
Yes, please.
Don't be
Try not to
quiet.
be
In case you
quiet.
find yourself, in case you
Yeah,
find
try to
yourself
talk
in
to
the
someone.
situation
Wait,
that
I
others
literally
was.
wanted to change his. I actually asked somebody, please, can I just change seat with you? And the person was like, why? Like, no, I just really want to sit by that side. And the person was like, no, I really want to continue sitting. And I didn't want to have an.
Yeah, I
Back
get.
and front
But you know what?
argument.
Maybe
So
I
I
think
just-
if I was in that situation, yeah, maybe what I would have done was is either I tell the driver, please wait, there's a situation here. No, I'll have to create a scene because no, I would take nonsense.
Honestly, you'll be embarrassed. You'll be embarrassed.
If
and
there's
you
a
will
guy
listen.
in front of me or behind me, I'll definitely tell the person, see what is happening here. Do you understand? Or even embarrass the guy. Guy, chill now. What's your
What did they
problem?
do you? What's
do I
your
know you? I
problem?
don't know you. What is your problem? Do you understand? Me that cannot keep quiet.
I swear you get patience. I swear.
Okay, we're talking about
Sexual abuse.
Yeah?
So my point was that this kind of even if it is subtle statements that makes you feel sexually assaulted. All those things are part of sexual abuse, and we find them happening everywhere we are. Your work environment, your home, and that's the one that I find very nasty. Like uncles, brothers, cousins, and
even fathers.
I just didn't want to talk about that, but it's
true. Because like I've seen one, I've heard one where a father will rape his daughter, and then he kept on doing that continuously for 7 years.
And it's nasty because this child automatically is damaged up there because your dad
like you
kept
live
on.
Your own dad, for that matter.
No, all these things we're just talking about right now is that a lot of people are out there suffering these kind of things. Your cries seem to go unheard, but the truth of the matter is that there are people out there who are ready to help you. Please, if you have any way to access somebody that can help you out, just take all the courage that you can have in this world and look for that help. But for the one that is dating a guy that is already abusing,
please flee. Don't marry.
In the name of God, I'm begging
for your
you,
life, because you end up killing you.
You see, I say by the time a guy says I will slap you, you start thinking
like that shows
relationship.
that this is the beginning.
Run, this is not. See, if he's your husband, he will change. But no, don't wait for him to change.
Leave.
Run.
No.
If he changes and comes back to fight,
Even if he changes, even if he tells you,
I've heard of someone that said, you're already married, and then he's beating you every time. Like, you don't have to leave, just stay, because you're like, it's a do or die thing. And I was like, so I should just die. But will always tell me, see, let me tell you, you're my only sister, the one that I love. You see, if your husband, even if you're married today, he'll beat you tomorrow. Say, I'm coming to pack your things out of the house. Say, I don't care if you have 100 children. He was like, no. You don't just let a man hit you.
What would even prompt a man that loves his wife or his girlfriend
what
to
happens
lay
on the long run?
his hands
There
on
are
the
times
person
that
you
even
truly
we,
love?
the women, will actually push you into hitting us. But no matter what, she doesn't deserve that, because even the Bible has told us that. She should
but
not.
I like that you're saying she doesn't deserve that too. It makes sense. But please, you ma,
No,
please,
learn
people
to
just hold your
respect
mouth and
yourself.
respect yourself.
Learn to watch your mouth. You don't really
This
like
teacher,
beat
they are
me now. Like yesterday, we were talking about it with somebody, like 2 people, and then he was like, you know, even me as a gentleman, that I don't want to touch a lady, and then she'll just pick up her money and be like, okay, now she has done something to you and you're very angry. Now you don't want to touch her, like you're trying to avoid, and that's why, oh, you're running away, you're a coward now. Come on,
There are some things that are very aggressive.
Yes, there
Very,
are
very
times that
aggressive.
you will use words. Your mouth will be what to kill you one day.
And in such
Then-
well, like
Don't do that. Don't.
Please, if you like a man, if you know you have these issues about beating women or doing things out of the ordinary, why not just seek help?
I think there's something called anger management.
Management. I think I
You
read
can
there was
just
one time
do
I read
that.
that book. I don't.
You
I
can
think
try doing
years
that.
ago. Yes, you can control it. There are people that once they are angry and then they want to vent their anger, they can just use an object. Like there was a time I got angry, I smashed my phone. Then I was using a Joni phone or something.
Now
I
why
smashed
now?
it like from
I
upstairs.
didn't
I
mean his
threw
iPhone.
it.
I didn't mean his iPhone.
So you
No,
think
sir.
at that point the journey was not a big phone?
It was a big phone. Then
I'm just
like
saying.
I felt it. Do you get? Like after it happened, and then I was like, oh wow. So then what happened? Okay, now that the phone is damaged, now I will have to fix
Why I
it.
can't open?
Yeah,
Do you
and I
get?
just remembered.
So sometimes you need to control it.
You need to control it. I just remembered an incident, physical abuse. See, honestly, now I'm apologizing in international TV to my younger sister.
That you did what? What did you do to her?
Like, I don't really remember what happened. I think it was around 8, 9 or so. So she really made me angry that day. Okay, she always gets on my nerves. And my mom is always saying, you're the bigger one. You need to listen. Do what. That day, I was so angry. I just picked up my shoe and I just threw it on her. And after I did that, I'm like,
What did you
excuse
just
me,
do?
what did you just do? That was quite intentional. Like you really, and I picked a shoe. I think Lala's will understand this more. That pencil heel,
Oh,
that
Lord.
very.
I have one. She was like,
She understands it.
The height at which I can go in terms of my being violent is knock. I'll just knock you. That's,
Even
that's,
that too is a problem.
See, the thing is,
I had
just-
major issues with
and
not-
it has,
time is
it has
fast
to be
spent,
my junior ones.
But
my
then the
kid
truth of
siblings.
it is that
Even
if
that
you
is-
have issues, just try to read a book, talk to someone, pray to God, seek for help, because you won't just continue to hurt people out there. And if you love someone, the first thing to do is to have that love in your heart. If you love someone just the way Christ loves us, and then he died on the cross of Calvary for our sins, why not just do the same? Love someone today. Don't hit someone. What joy will you derive in seeing someone cry or being hurting or anything? But then the bottom line is love one another and don't always hurt people. Try to stay away from things that will lead you to getting angry and doing the otherwise. Thank you guys for this episode.
And thank you for
And
having
thank you
us too,
viewers for
Linda.
watching, and I hope you are blessed. And if you have anything you want to tell us, our Facebook is there, our YouTube is there. Just drop your comments and we will get to know about it. Thank you and bye.
Bye. See you next episode.